We do have bans, so draft is already going. That was incredibly quick. I think there's far too many. Oh, there's far too many. Anyway, Towers of Doom. What works very well on Towers of Doom?
So they seem to be banning the wave clear.
Wave clear and poke, basically. Oof,
Yep.
Vikings. Vikings ban.
I think that's a good ban on this map. I mean, I don't know whether Besatt has a player for them, but they are very strong on towers.
It could be a target ban. Not many. I haven't seen many people play with Viking. Chromie on towers, however, is the world's most absurd poke.
It is. It would surprise me as a first pick. Mouth. There we go. It's a bit more standard, I think.
Oh, one of your mic just kicked in. That was good. However, they're going. Malfurion is a strong first pick, regardless of what you're doing. Just kind of in general, while this happens, and sort the title out.
And we have a Rhaegar pickup from Gidgudos.
Rhaegar. They were very confident of that, but
yeah, well, I understand that. I've been playing some of that myself over the last few days. It is obnoxious.
press R to win games.
Yeah, it's shockingly effective.
Yeah.
Given how easy it is to execute, anyway.
And now they're going to pick up the Chromie, which makes a lot more sense now they've seen the first two picks. Otherwise, you pick Chromie up a little bit too early, Pike can get countered exception quickly. And Falstad, globals on towers, very, very powerful. Revlo,
Absolutely.
I had it ready to go.
But it's not just the global, you're obviously also getting the gust, which is one of the best answers in terms of a disengage to the Earthquake Bloodlust, yeah.
Now we're going to see. Gidgudos has their second ban now. Tyrael pick win. Yeah, I did have Tyrael working very effectively against Apocalypse in the last game, so we could see a Tyrael certainly going up in popularity with, basically combined with Earthquake, I've been seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's also would be a solid pickup for Besatt in this game as well, though.
I would
as an answer to the Earthquake Bloodlust.
As an ETC ban for Gidgudos, that's just another solid tight going down, which is not bad. Lexaboy has
got
said...
to expect a Diablo ban here, surely.
I would expect it. Twitter chat has said, is like, why pick up Malf and Rhaegar's there? But if they've got a team planned, and that team relies on Malfurion is still popular.
Oh, absolutely. As a sort of poke healer, he is still very, very strong.
Banning Tyrael.
They banned the Tyrael over the Diablo. That's very strange.
That is different. That could be a target ban against Gidgudos, though.
That's true. That's true.
Reminder,
but I still got to think the APOC is the scarier option here.
Just checking. This is a round 3 game, so Ragnaros is still off the table.
That would make sense.
And of course, Reyna is still bugged until tomorrow, everyone.
Yeah.
Reyna is still bugged.
Still legal, but
yeah, as long as you don't take Hyperion. Well, don't you take... Yeah, basically, as long as you don't take Hyperion.
So Gidgudos are running their time pool pretty low. They have gone for the Diablo.
I think they are worried about...
I think I'd like the Tychus pick most now from them.
Oh, they definitely need some range.
Wow.
It's a bit too late to deny it, but they're going to need some range damage. But Varian... Bloodlust Varian... Oh, that's going to sting.
Yeah, but I can't help feeling that Gidgudos have drafted a vulnerable addition to the combo. Like, I think with the combo you want ranged damage, don't you? You need follow-up.
Yeah. Arian's got it. One way or another. Assuming
so.
If they take Smash Quake.
Yeah,
Smash, and then whoever's in Apocalypse goes down. If they take Twin Blades Bloodlust.
Yeah,
Nothing.
that's a good point. I haven't I guess I haven't seen a Varian work with this combo, but you are right. It's got the potential to. They need a strong ranged to finish the team, of course.
Diablo and Thrall, they have the early game covered very well, very strongly. So they don't really have to worry too much about Varian's weaknesses early game.
Yeah, it does mean they can't capitalise on the strength of Diablo and Thrall in the early game. So, I think it's got its pros and cons. But I can see your point. I can see it working. Johanna, I think, is a very strong pickup. You need the wave clear to counteract missing it from the Chromie. And they need a strong front line.
Blind as well prevents bloodlust.
Yeah, it's very strong against Varian, especially, I think.
I think they're assuming Varian is going to go for the Twin Blades. I would take that assumption. So 2 very heavy blinds, a very decent disengage, and Roots on Mouth. I'd be expecting to see Twilight Dream, which could be why they were thinking of Tyrael.
True, yeah.
No one has bet on the Revlo yet.
Oh, good point.
Alex has now bet on the Revlo. He has bet. So bets are now coming in. Now they're going Gidgudos. I think KT's banned. I would like to see a Jaina to finish this up.
Yeah.
Or I think a Tychus would make them far too susceptible to blinds, so I'd like to see a Jaina.
That is true, although Tychus with the overkill is not as susceptible to blinds. Yeah, Li Ming would also be a very good choice and is great on this map for poking the towers.
Yeah, so that's definitely for poke. Teams right, and Besatt, would you mind starting to introduce the teams for me?
So, on the left side of the map in blue, we have the Gidgudos with Dark Impact on Thrall, Bormit Guer on Rhaegar, Kaz on the Diablo, Jonian on the Varian, and Noisy Bird on Li Ming. And on the right side, we have got
Keck. We have Keck on Chromie. We have Oromu on Artanis. We have Mafom on Bastard, iLotus on Malfurion, and Chewie, team captain, or possibly team captain, is on Johanna. And it looks like Besatt are splitting out to do wave clearance early, trying to ignore the inevitable scuffle in the middle, which I suspect they would lose at this point.
It feels like they would probably lose that handily, yep. Absolutely.
The Gidgudos, it looks like we have Artanis versus Li Ming, and we have ourselves a Varian versus a Johanna. And they're just going to... And the poke heroes are just going to poke people down. I don't imagine Artanis will lose that lane against Ming at all. And at this early in the game, Johanna shouldn't lose against Varian. As for talents, Rhaegar shifted down to Noi.
Rotation. Yep.
Chromie is going for the Spam Blast build, which against that amount of front line, I don't blame her at all.
No, it seems very reasonable.
Amateur opponent?
That doesn't seem like this is the map for that, really, does it?
Unless they're going to send him on camp duty.
True. I mean, it does give him that option, absolutely. And we do have the Gathering Storm from the Falstad, so in spite of the heavy front line, he's not going for the Seasoned Marksman, which is interesting. I think you can absolutely get away with Seasoned Marksman.
With the combination of Varian's charge and good swap on Artanis, but he's about to get caught out by Diablo. He's going to have to run away now.
Yeah, he is very outnumbered at the bottom half, but that does mean...
But the Gidgudos are prioritising the bottom shrine. Malfurion and Johanna are currently zoning out Varian. Malf almost gets that, but is now going to get a Diablo to the base. Chromie's getting involved.
Ooh, that was a big hit from Chromie.
That's Malfurion down.
It is the
currently
Malfurion
1 for 1. Chromie should be able to poke, but it looks like
they are just pulling
backing off. Boom. It surprises me that Ming hasn't taken Force Armor against a Chromie.
I think Force Armor really is a must take against a Chromie, absolutely. Makes so much difference.
And Johanna going for the clearance of Eternal Retaliation. Which is also given the front line, it's a lot of condemns you can get off on very quick succession. Warbring
It is, but it does reduce her tankiness quite a bit, I think.
I'm gonna hate the day when they eventually remove water poke or change it. Because it's like level 4, it's an absolute no-brainer. The rest of talents, Mobius loops Chromie, so she's going for maximum pokage rather than burst.
Well, yeah, I think that's another auto pick on this map. Interrupting the shrines is just so crucial.
Ming appears to be going for the orb build.
Yeah, I can see it because it does give you the extra range for the poke. It's a bit more vulnerable though.
And you need something to be able to go against the Chromie, but you need something to be able to hit Chromie, if I'm honest. But
yeah, and also to be able to interrupt the shrines. I mean, I think you're mostly counting on your dive heroes to get in on Chromie, because even with the orb range, Ming can't really contest her at long range.
Furion getting that's what I expect this team to do, is pick someone off and just entirely wreck their day. Yeah,
absolutely. The Diablo just gave Malf no chance to get away from being slightly out of position there.
So, looking at Varian's build, normally I'd expect a Colossus Smash from his build at the moment. Do you agree with that assessment?
Sure. I mean, I think you'd expect to go for the High King's Quest at 1 if you were going for the
Twin Blades.
The Fury spec, the Twin Blade spec, yeah.
Cleanse off Brega. Follow through for Artanis is definitely an.
He has gone the second wind. Yeah, Artanis has gone for.
Yeah, but you'd go second wind anyway, really, if you're going anything tank build. There's not many. The thing is, your other options.
Ming getting chunked very low here. So Chromie is really getting good poke.
Looks like Diablo is going to go down to the combined focus of Falstad. Yeah, Ming is just not able to poke down against Malfurion.
And the Chromie is just doing so much work there, as you see in the standoff fight. They just really can't contest it.
They clearly, Besatt clearly wanted this comp.
Yeah, they knew what they were. They knew what they were doing.
With Chromie, if you just keep innovating her, she's just going to pump out so much damage.
Oh, she really does.
Malfurion's full DPS build, strangling vines.
Hadn't spotted that. That's an unusual one.
And Trient. I can almost understand Trient, all things considered, given Varian charging Chromie to just get behind Malfurion. It's like the worst talent pick. Strangling vines.
Broccoli. Oh yeah, the strangling vines. Yeah, I can't argue with you. I don't know what to say.
I can only assume if in fairness, he's picked up the Trient. I would assume to get even more poke than Shrine Denial.
Yes.
So I can only assume that it's like I've kind of picked routes at level 4. I might as well carry on. But
everybody loves matching the pictures. We do fortunately see a cleanse from the Rhaegar.
Yeah, against
that is quite relevant.
We didn't know whether Chromium was going to go time.
We don't have the loop. We don't have the temporal loop. It's the slowing sands, but I think you have to still against this comp with the mouth, and also the cleansing the gust can be critical.
I should have changed the names around already. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I have done. Yeah, don't worry. The team names are in the right place.
Yeah, they look good.
I think. It's just the draft in the lobby went wrong around. Chromie is getting caught out now, but the slowing sounds doing the thing. Sat currently has the advantage with their level 10s.
Yeah, looks like Diablo's the one who's
beautifully timed.
That was the cleanse on the gust,
though. Finish that off.
Yeah, still was too low. It was a fantastic example of cleansing the gust, but
okay, not going
just
build.
too
It
far.
has taken Seekers.
Yeah, I was just about to comment on that myself. Ming's build seems a bit
hybrid
all over the place.
As much damage as humanly possible.
Well, it is that, I suppose. Yeah.
I have to admit, I don't think she needs to worry about getting hit that much. I don't think they're gonna get that many kills, so I don't think dominance is worthwhile. So
I can agree with that.
But if you take Triumvirate and get a hit with it, that means you suddenly get another... You suddenly just get another hit entirely out of all.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Charge Blast is a lot more damage overall.
Yes, it's just not worth it. Varian has taken Taunt.
That I was not expecting at all. They now don't really have any capitalization on Bloodlust, and they are holding the Rhaegar ult, so it may not be Bloodlust after all. Which would surprise me, but is still viable, I suppose.
Otherwise, no surprises from absolutely anyone else, but...
No, although I think a Wave of Force might have been better against the Artanis for Li Ming there, just as a defensive tool.
So I do like Seekers against double tank. I take Seekers against double tank just because so much frontline.
It's
just chunk
it's
them.
a huge amount of damage if you can skill shots, absolutely. But it does tend to be quite difficult to hit consistently.
Ming's coming up against Mouth. That's the thing. Ming's damage. The reason I wanted the Jaina is because Ming's damage is mostly in lane is just going to be negated by Malfurion.
Yep, that is absolutely true, and even out of lane, unless they hard engage, if they're poking, they will.
In the end.
It is the Ancestral, yeah.
Oh, but
we do see Varian getting caught out, but the Gust comes out to say,
Johanna
it's Johanna.
Sorry. Beautiful dive from Diablo. I love the extra range talent. They're definitely getting top one. We might see a swap from Tannis here.
Pretty much, definitely. They really actually can't take this.
Nice hit by Chromie. They're not going to be able to take that for a million years. What Chromie's done.
I mean, you actually can't cap those points against a Chromie.
Right, although Artanis
was just diving in one before there. I mean, that I don't really.
Okay, so the taunt. They are using the taunt to just get one person down, one after the other. You're not going to get that with Chromie unless Ming does something spectacular.
Okay, so that is the answer. Ming has to hit the poke over the wall, but Ancestral burnt. They are still holding on to
engaging. Unless Ming can't get in there safely, but until Ming gets Chromie down, or say Stitches or someone else like that, they're just buying time constantly while they keep going.
They could redraft and pick Stitches. That is an option. Ooh, that has put the Chromie really low.
But Ming is out.
Force her out.
Ming is now out of mana, and Malfurion still has Innovate.
Yeah, that is true.
They just need. I think now they just need to back off. They just need to back off and just give up this shrine. On this side of the map, in this position, it's just not going to work.
The
longer they stay engaged, the more mana that Rhaegar is burning, they're just not going to get the same traction that Mouth can just keep going. Mouth can half back and come back relatively safely,
and they have finally pulled back. Yeah. They were down 13 to 12 at that juncture as well, so they were a talent down during that fight. But yeah, you can't cap that point against a Chromie unless you can draw her out in some way.
I mean, both Falstad and Chromie were just sat right in that little nick. And there's nothing you could do to pull them out without starting to get down to force.
Indeed.
Down. You need minion push.
Walls down makes a huge amount of difference.
So very well played by Besatt.
There's really not been any.
That was brave, Diablo.
Yeah, he's pretty far forward.
Ming getting immediately half health. Ming is taking Glass Cannon, which without taking Force Armor and against a Chromie, that's somewhere in the region of brave. Split push on Besatt is beginning to wear them down.
Beyond brave.
Falstad being able to engage, that bottom gate is down with almost no answer on any gate anywhere.
No, indeed. There hasn't been really any push against the red team, and they are holding the XP lead quite nicely as well.
Now, I'm thinking the Gidgudos right now. They're just not sure what to do with themselves.
I mean, I think they are in an awkward spot. They need to make those hard engages happen.
As much as I'm a fan of ignoring the meta, that Apocalypse went off for next to no value, but Taunt is getting a spectacular usage in. It's just ensuring people die.
It does do that very effectively.
Now Chromie's probably going to sit in her same spot again.
Yep. Meanwhile, Falstad gets an absolutely free shrine down
bottom. He will now join us down there.
They have picked off the Malfurion as well now,
but
so
Chromie is at full mana.
Still, yeah.
Ming now just needs to zone her out for as long as humanly possible to allow people to pick up shrines. Tannis is going to get Thrall.
Yep. He is going to...
He does have triple strike.
Look like he's going to die for it.
Varian had put Taunt on, yes he should have. Falstad's now coming in.
The Tannis does get away as well. Falstad is...
Gidgudos.
Oh, right. Yeah. They managed to push the Chromie back enough to cap the shrine.
Yeah, Ming got tried. This is where Triumvirate does come in useful. Because hitting her at that range just means it's like, oh, and have another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, someone else said it feels bad going for the Holy Trinity and not actually going for the Holy Trinity. Oh,
yeah.
As much as I'm always a fan, Artanis has taken triple strike and Titan killer, and against what is now 2 full tanks, you can see him already shredding Varian.
And it's, you know, he's like, okay, you taunt me, that's okay. I'll just keep attacking. Yeah.
If anything, what you want to do is prevent Artanis from attacking anyone.
Indeed. It's interesting, it does seem to be working though.
Very slowly wearing them down. Mouth going the first 2 root talents, but then taking the 2 Moonfire talents. Without taking a Loon's Grace. I'm confused.
There is a lack of synergy there, I think. I do want to draw attention to the damage numbers, where we do see Chromie has over 20k more damage than anybody else.
She can just get that poke in though.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I'm just highlighting it's a very, if you can protect it, it's a very powerful character on this map.
It is doing the damage, but a lot of it kind of is a bit of a dead damage. If you see what I'm getting at.
It can be, but you know, if she can soften people up enough, it'll make the difference. We do see the reaching through time, so her range is even more obnoxious.
Yeah, and overdrive, making it even more obnoxious. The only way to make this worse is if she'd actually taken Dragon Eye. And then Diablo would have got one shot.
Yeah, indeed. Diablo did get picked off, but he's cashed in his soul for a respawn. He's going to take the tunnel. There's a time to...
Falstad's going to get that bottom shrine. There goes Apocalypse.
And it's not even contested on it, but the Apocalypse is a really good hit.
Goes off, does get blind on all the people that need it. Artanis is going to get away. He's going to get followed up. Malfurion gets taunted.
Malfurion gets shredded.
Not sure who that Ancestral went on. I think it was Varian. Don't stack up, boys. Come on.
No. Literally just
Chromie sucking an orb, but they literally stacked on top of each other, and that's the last thing you want to be doing. Thrall needs to be engaging in. Artanis is now going to engage Varian. Varian is probably going to get murdered here.
Looks... Oh, no, they do manage to save him.
Fact, the rest... No burst the taunt possibly save him from getting hit by the triple strike again.
So they do trade even shrines on that phase.
I know Mouth's DPS build is really the way to go, but if you're going Moonfire, you take a Loon's Grace. The fact that he's taken the damage talent on Roots, but then not taken the duration, remember Roots is a damage per second, so adding the extra half a second damage also increases your damage by another 100% of the baseline, and another 50% of what it would be normally.
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to convince me.
This is Twitch trapped. Level 20, hasn't gone Sands of Time. Nope, we have Past and Future Me, which makes perfect sense with the rest of the Sandblast build. I know it's untalented, but...
Although I do prefer the... I've forgotten the name now, the stacking talent at 16 or 14 as it is now on Chromie.
I prefer that.
with the full piercing and the full build. They are contesting first.
So Ray, I am not trying to justify Malfurion's talents choices at all. I perfectly agree with you. It's just I agree that the root build, that the root talents are not particularly good. Faustad chasing down Lini beautifully. That's 1 for 1. Does mean on this shrine that they have no way of getting advancing down Chromie. Now, I don't disagree that I think the root talent is a bit off, a bit silly. But, and this is the very big but, if you start with it, go through with it, otherwise you're not going to get the value from it. If you start with a dodgy build, commit to your dodgy build. I am weird. Faustad is going to get this bottom shrine almost uncontested again.
But we are seeing a fight and
Mouth getting taken down.
So,
right, Diablo and Thrall are now working together a lot better than they were early in this game. They are now chasing down the same target. Chromie getting caught horribly out of position of her own violation. That was not Diablo diving. Gust possibly a bit late for Faustad. Artanis engaging on Varian again, but this time having 0 backup and getting blown up just like he did last time. But on shrine pickups, we're still even.
Yes, absolutely we are. But I will say the reason you have Falstad is so that you can not engage and
stop them engaging. This is going to be a possible
and then fly in.
Gust down. Johanna.
Yeah, Gust is down and 3 members are down. This is pretty safe. Johanna's scouting it out, but obviously nothing they can do about it.
Twitch chat has it right. If your build starts going a bit odd, you might as well continue it for the memes than kind of try to rectify it. Because if you're going the Moonfire build, then you really need a Loon's Grace at level 4 to be able to get the range on it. But
your point was entirely legitimate. You know, the talents have synergies with each other. So if you're picking the Moonfire, the Moonfire talents, you want the things that synergize with that. If you're picking the Roots talents,
just go with
it. You should pick the things that synergize with it because you'll get much more effectiveness from them.
But the Gidgudos teamfight build is now fully good to go with Earthen Shields, Temporal Flux, Storm Shield, Hellgate from Diablo, which is going to get some fantastic engagements. This could be interesting what's about to happen. Chromie and Faustad should be able to get a lot of poke in while Artanis holds this. Chromie is coming out of the gate and going in. Artanis is going to go down again.
They should, but I mean, what we've been seeing is Artanis just
going in
really
on his own.
Hold up because he's got nobody accompanying him so often. Johanna was still up in mid lane.
That's a
really strong pickup there.
I'd say the taunt.
They had huge CC.
Oh, that is so much CC.
And you know, this it's only a single altar. This might well have been game if it was a double altar spawn.
Oh yeah.
As it stands, they can capture both of the bell towers and end the game before these guys are back up.
Up for 3 minutes. I think the best bet is to just throw the camps at them again. But I think we might have to wait for the next altar, which if that's freer, we could see a turn.
If they make a crisp rotation to top,
no, just get top, and then we're probably done here.
Yeah, because they've only got 3.
Faustad and Chromie could potentially hold them off long enough with the combination of Shifting Sands and Gust.
Well,
no, they have no minion cover.
Yeah, unfortunately, we see the Gidgudos haven't committed to it. I think I'd have liked to have seen them just go in and tank the fort, and just burn it down. Because now they're going to be a little bit late. I think Artanis is going to recap mid.
Well, Artanis is going mid. They need to go. If anything, they need to go all or nothing on this tower. But now they've got the count. It's not really going to matter. Artanis and Wind Tunnel on Faustad. That is different. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I can see the value on this map. Certainly.
The fort is alive by an absolute nothing.
It is. I think the Gidgudos have got the right idea here. If they rotate back to mid.
All it needs to go is good effort by Johanna to block the orb, but Chain Lightning finished it off.
Not going to cover it.
I always have to say that this could be why we have amateur opponents, just to try and burn forts down as quick as possible. It's not going to be enough. They're going to hit mid now, and we're just going to see rotation by rotation by rotation. That blind.
That's the thing. We've got Besatt just chasing their tails here.
Yeah. While the blind is useful in delaying, Varian is
very
here. Although fantastic Apocalypse, if Ancestral can get on Varian right now.
That was really clutch on all counts. That's very impressive by Gidgudos here. And that is almost certainly game. We've now got Malfurion dead.
2 towers. They just need to send someone to the back altar and just have Diablo and Thrall buy enough time on the front altar to make sure they can't.
We've even got Besatt calling GG here already.
Yeah, they know they're done.
They know they haven't really got a chance here. I don't know whether Falstad has fly up, but I'm guessing not. And Varian has successfully captured the back shrine.
Well done to both teams, though. That was still very close. All things considered, that was not a stomp. And they have already begun. God, they're keen. Keen, we say. So, globals. Globals.
All about the globals.
It's all about... all around the world, some Daft Punk nonsense going on here. So I'm expecting... Bingo.
Seeing a possible false... Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definite Falstad ban.
Seems reasonable.
Definite Falstad ban.
And we do see the Varian ban straight out from Besatt.
That seems like a respect ban after the last one.
I guess so. He was very good at picking up the picks for them, that is true.
Now, it does, however, leave the Hacker open. It leaves Zagara open. The Hacker is as one of the priority picks, I believe, for this map. For me, anyway. I'd like to see a random pickup of Vikings. I'd love to see a random Vikings pickup.
I don't love Vikings on this map. Obviously, it has the benefit of being a huge map, which is great. But I think you get a little bit too team fighty for Vikings to hold up quite often on this map around the nukes because they're such a powerful objective. We do see the ETC pickup, which is good. That is another global.
Yep, and Besatt is going to pick up Zagara with her global presence. As soon as she hits level 10, the entire map kind of just becomes hers.
Yep. Haven't actually locked that in yet.
Hesitating.
Yep. It's definitely not such a meta pick these days, although... obviously, this is the map for globals.
Since she lost... There we go, finally picking it in. Since she lost the healing on creep, I'd like to see a bit of... admittedly, I think that would make her overpowered with the changes that she makes. I'm always a fan of Zigzag, though. I'm very much a fan of Zigzag. Redflow. Go. Zagara dominance incoming. I have seen it happen a couple of times. To be honest, I have seen Zagara get quite a lot of traction on this map, and they are picking up Brightwing, which, if Gidgudos goes to a blow-up comp again, I don't think Brightwing is going to have the healing to deal with it.
No, she does struggle in that kind of context at the moment, I think.
I've definitely gone off Brightwing recently.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's still a place, but probably better with an off support or a partial support to help her out.
Particularly as we're saying what we got here, we have ETC, which I'm assuming is... No, Google, I did not say okay, Google, go away. And we do have Jaina for the ring to combo with the mosh pit, which is what I'm assuming is going to happen.
Perhaps, yeah. I can see that.
That's what I'd be afraid of. I'd expect stage dive.
I would too. I think I'd still expect stage dive on this map, even with the potential value of Mosh.
But with none of the meta picked up, who are Besatt gonna ban here?
Yeah, and it's an interesting one, isn't it?
Harrison?
That doesn't. I don't really see that. Okay, they've gone
Unless
for
they're
it.
planning a double tank combo.
Possibly.
Mosh, I think they're scared of Mosh. Mosh 7-sided does tend to get people dead.
Yeah, it does have that that attribute, certainly. I still think I could. Yeah.
Unless
I think Rhaegar might have been more of a good ban for them, but it's tough to say.
Johanna ban, yeah, that makes perfect sense with ETC. Means I think they're going to try to lead up to Mosh, even if they don't end up picking it up directly.
Indeed. So we do need probably some sort of frontline or tank pickup from Besatt here. And maybe, I don't know, a Tychus.
There's your Tychus. I was about to get excited and hope for a double trouble.
Oh, I see. You were hoping for a Cho'Gall.
I was hoping for a Cho'Gall. I've yet to see Cho'Gall in the games I've casted. I've yet to see Murky, Cho'Gall, or Viking casted. Like to see them at some point.
Yeah, my team was planning to draft it in one of our games, but the opponents first picked up the Tychus, and
so you just like
that kind of shut it down. Yeah.
Now, Gidgudos last two. They need a healer. I would not suggest Rhaegar, given what their team currently is. There's not a lot that can play off of Bloodlust.
That is true.
And
that is absolutely true.
The Besatt side, they already have Brightwing. They're going to need another assassin, or at least a hefty front line. They are going to pick up Malfurion, which makes an awful lot of sense.
Yeah, gives them a huge amount of lockdown there, which will give them some potential for ganks in the early game, at least.
And who would round that comp off? They need an auto-attacker. Normally I'd like to see Jimmy, but this is...
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
This was Besatt's map pick, right?
This was.
Hammer really surprises me on this map.
Hammer does surprise me a lot on Warhead, because there's not a lot of sitting.
No, absolutely not. It's very hard to get to the nuke points before.
Equally, it's going to be very hard now for Besatt to engage on Hammer. They have no Hammer engage. Brightwing is not going to heal you through that engagement. Between Jaina, ETC, and Malfurion, there's no way they're getting to Hammer. Absolutely none. Yeah,
I mean, if they engage in that kind of straight-up fight, you're absolutely right.
Particularly Div 3, Hammer, just in general, they are going to pick up Chromie for the Hammer counter. Okay, everyone, so welcome to Game 2 of this match of the Gidgudos versus Besatt eSports. On the blue team, we have the Gidgudos, and we have Dark Impact on ETC, we have Barmit Guir on Hammer, we have Joine on Malfurion, we have Kaz on Dehaka, and we have Noisy Bird on Jaina.
And on the right side in the red for Besatt eSports, we've got iLotus on the Brightwing, Oromu on the Zagara there, Mathon on the Tychus, we've got Keck on the Chromie, and Chewy on the Muradin. So it's going to be in a very interesting game, because the Besatt eSport team has a huge amount of damage, but they are...
I think this game is going to come down to very
flimsy.
Yeah, well, there is that. But I think it is... Oof! This game is going to come down to two things very specifically. One, how much damage can Zagara do without getting locked down? And two, basically Chromie versus Hammer.
Yeah, and that's a really sort of skill-dependent matchup. Obviously, the Chromie has to hit the skill shots, and the Hammer just has to click on people.
But it has meant, of course, that Hammer's biggest advantage is gone.
It does absolutely. Yeah.
As long as Chromie follows Hammer around the map, she can pretty. I'm surprised she hasn't gone for Dragon build against Hammer.
Yeah, just gone for the same. It was Keck playing the Chromie last game as well, wasn't it? Just gone for the same build.
Yes, probably.
Which is interesting. I'm not sure it's as good on this map, but very nearly. Yeah, and they managed to confirm the kill on Kaz there.
Was that a?
Yeah, Dahaka just caught a full Chromie combo.
This is where we now have a problem because Hammer is sieged up on that nuke point.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just have to be poking and/or giving up that nuke. And looking to take the other one, probably.
Right wing is going to pick that nuke up for Besatt kind of quite easily, and downstairs, Hammer is doing her job while Jaina is vaguely kind of zoning out Chromie. But Chromie is going to find the same problem. Chromie is going to prove to be the exact same problem that she was in the last game. It's going to be
she doesn't have
on impossible.
You're absolutely right. Doesn't have as safe a location to poke from, but as it stands, we've got the Dahaka in mid and the ETC up top. So the three men from Gidgudos in the bot lane just have no way of pressuring the Chromie.
That right there is the lesson as to why Hammer cannot siege up.
Yeah. It's a little concerning.
Okay, Dahaka has now arrived down bottom, but does miss.
This is the tongue on Chromie.
But does miss. Dahaka needs to be zoning Chromie while Jaina and Malfurion pick up this nuke. Chromie is going to land the poke, but she is going to suck a lot of damage from Jaina for it. Between Zagara and Chromie, you are not going to be able to pick this nuke up unless you get some kills.
No, and this is the same problem we had. With the last game, I think.
Chromie is now
finally
down.
They managed to block it.
Pick up the nuke. Now, Brightwing, both supports of the nukes, which is an interesting development.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that as much.
It's the safest person.
Brightwing goes top to help.
Mouth needs to be dropping his nuke in right about now.
Yeah, I mean, we had three members from from Besatt there, and they've just all
disappeared. Gone to try and gimp ETC,
which is not
easy.
Not likely to work. No. He's playing
as
very
for talents overall, what are we looking at? We're looking at Mobius Loop again. This does surprise me this time.
Again, I think maybe this is indicating that this Chromie has a standard build that they prefer going for.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine. Comfort wins.
It is. I mean, I don't know that those are the optimal picks on the map, but you know, it's fine.
Against Hammer, she generally provides obviously a fairly large and high priority target, so Dragon's Eye does tend to do very well in making sure she gets very dead.
Absolutely.
But again, they must be prioritising the poke. Surprising, Brightwing's gone for Dream Shot, but has then taken the Phase Shield without Phase Shift.
Yeah, that is.
Because if you've taken Dream Shot, I would have expected to see Mystified.
Agreed, yeah.
Muradin going for Muradin-based things. It's like, yeah, alright. Zagara is going for Fate, standard pushy build. With Banelings and Medusa Blades. So Zagara's going to get a lot of push as soon as she gets Nidus Worms in. Mouth is going for the Strangling Vines. That's why you take Dragon. If Dragon's Eye had been there, Hammer would be dead.
Agreed, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because that's an extra 50% damage in the middle.
I am slightly concerned that Brightwing didn't pick up Cleanse actually against the tongue and the potential Mosh and Ring.
ETC, Malfurion hasn't picked up Cleanse either, but Chromie has gone for...
Still didn't go for the loop.
Has gone for the loop. Not gone for the loop. Which
no, it's a shame.
Don't really blame her. If bear in mind, they played... Dynamasti, bearing in mind, they played Chromie last game and they didn't take the loop then, so... I can kind of see it. 4 nukes now are ready to pop.
And we've got 2 down to the bottom where there's a 3v2 situation.
If Hammer was to Chromie has now arrived, we're looking at ETC versus Zagara, Tychus versus Dahaka, but level 10s are in the favour of Besatt. No, they're in the favour of Gidgudos. Ooh, yeah, we do see Stage Dive, we do see Napalm, beautiful Ring of Frost with Hammer doing the work. ETC is arriving, possibly
Stage
a bit
was
late,
but yeah,
possibly a bit late, but is not going to secure the kill on Chromie, but does secure the nukes, but did give up a nuke to Zagara, which might hurt them. Don't need to use
They gave up
there.
2 for that, but they did win the team fight. Yeah. They got 2 of their own. And they got the 2 kills.
This is where Hammer starts being a problem. Zagara has yet to pick an ult. Muradin has gone for Avatar. Dahaka has gone for Isolation. We've seen the ring. We've seen the Stage Dive.
We don't have any BFG shenanigans.
Brightwing got, yeah, we're not going to get any orbital shenanigans. I'm not really sure why Brightwing has gone up top, but they do still have 2 nukes, unless they're going to filter around to mid. There's 1 nuke going. Jane is going in on that fort. Yeah, fair.
See them dropping 2 nukes on the mid fort, which is
no, one got
not
used
necessarily
on.
the
One
right,
got used on somewhere else. I think I'm not sure where it is. Oh no, it must have been 2 nukes. But that fort has now gone down, so that's 2 forts to 1. Zagara has finally picked up Nidus Network, which is to be expected on this map.
Agreed.
Going to get her the traction that's needed. Polymorph cancels siege mode these days. That's convenient.
True. Yeah. I'm a little concerned to see that we don't see any Niduses yet out. And we're not seeing a lot of creep either.
There's plenty of creep up top. I mean, Dahaka
creep up top,
between Dahaka and Muradin, there's very little creep you're going to be able to. Between Dahaka and Malfurion, there's very little creep you're going to be able to get down. And Napalm. It's absolutely no way. But you've got a Nidus worm down bottom. There should be one getting put up top, I would have thought. Ring going off beautifully on Brightwing, but Jaina does go down for it.
Mages are traded off.
Which is good on the fort on the side of Gidgudos.
And we do see Muradin getting low,
because
but
it means Hammer can engage, and they can now push people into Hammer's range, which is what is going on over that side. Bottom's pushing very nicely for blue, and top is pushing very nicely for red.
And Besatt have sensibly just pulled back here. They couldn't really push into that in any way.
Prepare for warhead deployment.
What we got?
We do have Blink Hill for Brightwing. Wasn't sure. I thought I was probably expecting an Emerald Wind.
I was expecting an Emerald Wind. But Brightwing's build is confusing me.
Unusual.
Yes, to say the least. Tychus's isn't by any means. Again, I'm just surprised that Chromie hasn't gone for more burst. Brightwing getting picked. Oh, nearly getting picked off. Very nice get out from Brightwing.
Just manages to get
no Tychus here yet to capitalise.
And
Brightwing's had to back off.
Still throwing the punches from the backline there very effectively. Do now see that top lane is pushing in favour.
I can see that, but Zagara has dropped her nuke down bottom, and is going to get that nuke down bottom. She's probably going to get that before the Gidgudos react.
Oh, Muradin's jump was interrupted, but they still didn't manage to quite lock
Has
him in.
popped Avatar, letting Stones, letting Third Wind heal him up. Chromie is doing her job, preventing this nuke going off. Gara needs to get up top.
Has launched a second nuke and is looking to lock in the fort down here.
Yeah, the fort should go down. Brightwing has gone down to the combined forces of isolation and Hammer chasing her. Chromie is now isolated on her own. I'm gonna suspect the hacker is gonna go get her. ETC has arrived badly, missed.
Yeah. This is what we need to be seeing from the Gidgudos team. They are a little bit.
Lot of time there though.
That was a strong engage. They took the fight and they managed to force the fight to occur rather than the poke war, which, as we've been seeing,
just kind of gets no one
been winning.
Now the hacker's looking to drop his nuke in, but should probably consider dropping it on top fort, I would have thought. Fort. Gara, Hydro's Confusion, yeah, alright, versus Hammer. Hammer has no mana, but Hammer doesn't need mana. Tychus and Muradin are coming in for the gank. I reckon they should probably... Muradin messed up.
Yeah, he did. Do you see both teams locking in mercs down on the bottom side of the map? So that is pretty much just going to be a wash,
Gara
really.
Probably should pick up those bruises. Do we think they're going to risk getting boss?
They could do so.
What, blue... Gidgudos
if they
are looking to get the bottom one.
Okay. Yeah,
they're
looks like they
to get the bottom one, or they're looking to get a Chromie kick-off.
Well, they're going to get spotted by the creep there, of course.
I think both teams are just checking boss. Neither team wants to engage on a boss. Now, builds, Malfurion, Tenacious Roots, alright. Life Seed for as well, that will have its mana consumption. In the poke war, Brightwing getting picked off. This is what I'm seeing a lot with Brightwings these days. They're just getting picked off one by one, being in silly places.
And the Gidgudos are obviously capitalising on the fact that they're a talent up at the moment, which gives them the ability to make those kind of plays.
ETC doing brilliantly. Between First Aid and Malfurion's regrowth, with the free regrowth, they've got the poke war 1 now. The arms race of the poke war has concluded. Oh, that's... Oh, I missed the tongue. Oh, very nicely dodged by Chromie.
It was a nice dodge, actually.
Muradin is going to go down. Gara's arrived, but too late again. There's just not enough Nidus Worms anywhere.
And unfortunately, Muradin can't go in because when he's alone on the front line,
he's alone on the front line.
Down.
He's the only one there. I think right now this is looking very comfortable for the Gidgudos for number 2.
Have to agree.
Tychus, from one of the main prop. Oh, although the hacker is currently getting caught out, he should brush Stalker away.
Well, they are just letting him go by the looks of things.
Say Nidus Worms all over the place now, but Zagara's somewhere? Where is she? Oh, she's come back out the worm. It's 4 nukes on the side of Gidgudos. I suspect we'll see an inner fort rush. The hacker's using it on the top one because it's the hacker, he can go where he wants. It's kind of a slight waste, but...
I think so. I think it would have been better to hold on to that, but, you know, it's not the biggest deal.
ETC and ETC's taking a lot of damage out of that. Hammer's taking a lot of damage out of that as well. Tychus is arriving. I think those 2 nukes were slightly wasted.
Muradin is looking to come in and cut these...
But he's been hit by vulnerable, and that is going to hurt him. Giant Killer on Hammer. Graduating range also on Hammer. This is one of the few ways she's going to be able to outrange Chromie. Corrosive Saliva. So the Giant Killer for Zagara. Heavy impact on Muradin. He's not using particularly well. Brightwing getting picked off again.
Oh, yeah, that's awkward.
Zagara also not in the fight.
Found a little bit of a whiffed stage dive there, to be honest.
I haven't seen stage dive land properly, but now Hammer has graduating range.
Well, I mean, yes, but Chromie also has reaching through time.
Evens up a little bit. If there was a time to be capping a boss, now would be it.
Agreed, yeah.
There we go. With Hammer,
They've
should
gone
be,
for it,
should go
yep.
down. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing that Besatt can do it to get them off that point.
I mean, very sensibly, they're not trying. They are splitting up and taking the smaller merc camps and making
Now,
sure they get cloak.
I'd be seeing the 2 nukes now dropping on that bottom fort. Or
Absolutely.
they can rotate
should
and go
be
get
able
the
to
top
stop
boss.
Yeah, I mean,
Either way
You know.
works.
it does, although I think if you just leave the bottom boss to its own devices, you're not going to get a lot of value from it.
No, because they are taking their time going up there though if they are looking to get the other boss. Which might cost them, but
It could do, yeah. I mean, if
that
if,
boss is nearly half health, hasn't even hit the gate yet, has no minion backup.
yeah, I mean, it's just going to go down for very minimal value.
But Hammer
Some ammo in the gate.
Hammer equally is going to be able to get this boss down pretty much for free.
Yes, and they have got enough time now, I think, to be able to safely do so. Though not if Chromie keeps catching them.
Even if Chromie catches one of them, maybe 2 of them, what's she going to do? But the only thing they can do is kind of hope the boss's minions kill them, and Malfurion isn't going to let that happen. Malfurion's got Tranquility. I don't think I've seen Tranquility go off yet. And all Brightwing and Chromie are going to do here is get caught.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Pikus still in the bottom lane.
Which I don't know
Not
why
really
Pikus
the right
is down
choice.
there. It's needed to
No.
be Zagara because she could get up here for free.
Or the Brightwing, yeah, absolutely. So they are giving up another
They've
nuke
got
there.
3 nukes. Brightwing is going to go get the 4th. But I think the Sap need to be dropping their nukes on this boss. Oh,
Somewhat
Dahaka
wasted on
is going up against
Ross there.
Brightwing. That's going to be a free nuke for Dahaka. There we go. That's a... Whose nuke was that? That was Besatt's nuke, which made sense. They needed to put that damage on the boss. But
They
there's
did.
nothing that even Chromie can do against Hammer now, because Hammer outranges
Oh.
Chromie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Nexus Frenzy as well, giving her even more range.
Yeah, that's bad news.
That's...
Bad
I don't know
for the
why
Besatt.
Hammer put that nuke down. She should have saved that nuke and dropped it on the core and instead just done Hammer stuff to get that fort down. That could have... I think pushing the core would have been dangerous, but it certainly would have been doable.
I mean, with 2 members down, it absolutely would have been.
Yeah.
They're going to rotate and lock in another keep with another nuke here,
Yeah.
which is fine. You know,
Chromie is still down for 20 seconds. If Hammer was to set up in range of the core now, you could get it down with full graduating range. Here we go. This is game.
see that.
This is game.
Well,
The Sap...
it's still possible for Besatt to break this, but
I can't...
it's
With
certainly a
Chromie
game.
down for at least 3 seconds and Hammer at full range, it's gonna
no,
take... It would
They're
take
just running
Odin.
in.
Yeah, they can't do really anything. Chromie's gonna hit Hammer, but she's got first aid. You have Malfurion, who still has Tranquility active. Now Hammer moves, the damage has been done. There's Tranquility going off. And
Calls
it's
at 20%.
done. Very well done by the Gidgudos.
And that will be game. And that is a 2-0 for the Gidgudos.
Hammer MVP.